Don't you worry, the clip's about to begin, but don't forget to subscribe. Or else, don't make me turn this website around.
So, first up is Brayden. Hi, Brayden, can you hear us?
Hey there, how's it going?
Good, thanks. So, we're just doing a quick warning that we are past the time, so we're not going to have ages to talk to you, but we have time to talk to you, so we'll probably rush it for a little bit. But anyway, go for it. What's your question?
Cool. Real quick, just nice to talk to you guys, and it's really cool to be on here. But my question is, so I right now I like a girl who is, so I'm an atheist and I'm vegan, and I like a girl who is Catholic and is not vegan. So if I were to enter that relationship with that girl, how much should I let our differing beliefs influence how we interact with each other, I guess?
Brayden, I'm going to start with this. How old are you and how old is this person?
We're both 15.
You're both 15? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here's the hard truth first. It's probably not going to work out. Second, she's getting old enough that you should start trying to commit to not using the word girl anymore. But at 15, it's probably fine. However, whenever I hear that word, there is a retention of adolescence that permeates our society. And we do it a lot we call boys men a lot sooner than we call girls women. So if you are at an age where you'd like to be referred to as a man, you should call people that are that age with similar terminology. But if you're good with being a boy, then it's probably fine. It's probably not going to work out.
Yeah, I'm not too worried about that.
And it's not just because of your differences. 90% of it is because you're 15. However, it doesn't mean that the relationship wouldn't be useful as long as it is an exercise in respectful boundaries and good communication. And those should be the top two things that you two prioritize. And if you actually do prioritize them, you might accidentally have a successful relationship that lasts until you die. However, wouldn't count on it. The atheism and Catholicism thing for most people is going to be the bigger sort of hang up, especially depending on how important it is to you and how important it is to your family. However, because I exist on the internet, I know there are also a number of people that the vegan, non-vegan thing is much, much more important. So I just want to say, this person, if you enter a relationship, she may become a vegan someday, but if you get her there, not based on conclusions of her coming to an actual moral conclusion of agreement and agreeing with the ways in which you get there, and you do it just by shame, and you do it by, you will have, even if the cause of veganism is correct, successfully converted somebody by utilizing traumatic methods to do so. So if it's an exercise in good communication, learning how to communicate well, and it's an exercise in finding and respecting boundaries, talking about those boundaries up hand. And listen, I'm 30 years old, and I to this day will have conversations with people where I say like, hey, what is our, Katy, we've had one of them. Haven't I said the phrase, what is our flirting boundaries in our DMs? Like, I want to make sure you're not. And it turns out there were none. And oh my God. I sent the filthiest images. No, I'm just kidding. But no, even with people that I am like friendly flirty with, so not Katy because we're deeply in love, but even with people I'm friendly flirty with, saying the phrase, what are our boundaries about specific things are really, really good conversations to have. Also, accepting ahead of time that those boundaries are allowed to change at any moment is also a really good thing. So if, let's say the boundary is like, hey, I'm comfortable sending pictures of my elbows. We'll just go with a silly example for the first part. If at some point the person who has made that boundary says, I want to pull the boundary back, do not shame the person for that. And it's even better in those conversations to go, I do want to talk about this and why we're doing it, but let's wait a day or two so everybody can kind of think about it and never be trying to press back to get those sweet elbow photos back in. Those are your best. That's the best relationship I can give you as a 30-year-old who is single. but he knows about having healthy relationships with people outside of what is romantic.
So as another single 30-year-old, 30-ish, I guess just to take it in a slightly different angle, I think that no relationship, people are going to have 100% the same beliefs. I mean, that's completely unreasonable for any two humans. They can, like, religion and atheism and veganism and non-veganism are quite big ones, but there are people out there who have that dichotomy in their relationship, so it's not impossible. And I personally think that having a difference of opinion and arguing is like debating or discussing, or however you want to say it, is like a fun and important part of a relationship. So don't go in there like trying to destroy her with facts and logic, but definitely, it could be good if you go in there. I mean, potentially she's right and there's a God and she's going to save your soul, or potentially you're going to make her realize that Satan is the future or whatever. But yeah, I think that I think certainly as a 15-year-old, but anyone, I would say, just because someone disagrees with you on something doesn't mean that you should give up on them. However, there are some moral lines that potentially, like if she says, "Oh, I'm a Catholic," and that's fine, and then if she says, "Oh, I'm a Catholic and I'm also, hardline anti-LGBT," then I would have an issue with that, and that's a separate thing. Anyway,
yeah.
So that's the sort of quick advice I would add. I think. I hope that's helpful.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. And I'd also like to note, I'm not particularly worried about this, but I know that there are people on the internet who, think people like me who are talking about this and say they're vegan are like, it's not a plea for everybody to know I'm vegan. I just, it's something.
It's all right. Don't be insecure about it. It's fine. You can be proudly vegan. And
I'm particularly, I'm prone to bring it up because my least favorite experiences this year were with cult level vegans. But I know lots of very, very lovely vegan people who are parts of my life. I've dated
some
vegan
of my
people.
best friends are vegans.
Indeed, some of my best. So I'm not anti-vegan because I've been. No, there are lots of vegans that I like and respect and love, and I've even said that I think that as far as a moral position goes, they have a compelling argument, even if I don't agree with it in fullness, and I especially don't agree with a lot of the tactics that they. It's like if somebody's an atheist skeptic you respect, and then they start using cult-like othering, us versus them, accusations of fallacies you're not actually experiencing because they're presupposing certain things about their opposition. All of my respect goes out the window for a person like that. And I'm thinking of a specific individual as I say all this. So
I know who you're talking about.
But again, I have nothing. I probably agree with vegans more than I disagree, and I probably would be a vegan if I saw it as viable to my health issues. However, it frankly is not. And any vegan who thinks they now get to ask me, well, what are your health issues? Are you even sure? Blah, blah, blah. You can go fuck yourself. But not you, Brayden. You seem like one of the good ones.
One of the good ones.
Thank you.
One of the good ones.
Thank you very much for calling in,
So,
Brayden. I hope we helped.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. I'm just wondering. I totally lost my train of thought. Have you talked with Cosmic Skeptic about this? Or
I will not ever be talking to Cosmic Skeptic about veganism, and that is the extent of what I will say.
I would.
Okay.
If he's watching, I'll talk to him about it.
But
Shannon has.
Me on.
Katie would. I will not.
I quite like his veganism videos. Yeah. Anyway, wicked.
Have a good one, guys.
So I'll just anticipate and quickly cut off some potential vegan feedback here, which might be to say that so I'm not currently a vegan, would be to say that veganism is about minimizing meat consumption. So if you have a health issue which does require it, then you can still be practicing veganism and consuming meat because it's the minimum amount.
There are a good number of vegans that are like, if it isn't viable for your health or your economic status or whatever, that it's low priority. There are those who think if you make the claim that it's not, they are entitled to interrogate you and see if they agree that it's not viable. And those are the people I'm saying can go fuck themselves.
Yeah, I think a strong principle should be that everyone's medical history is private information for them, and they can choose to share it or not.
And
Anyway, shall we?
furthermore, I don't think these people on the internet, even no matter how vegan they are, if they can't demonstrate a medical expertise, unless I'm talking to a literal medical doctor related to the specific organs I have to worry about, can extra go.
You're not going to know anyway. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's silly. Respect people's medical boundaries.
Hey, thanks for checking out this clip for The Line. While you're here, hit that like button, hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and then share this with that bitter uncle of yours who loves talking about the good old days.